Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time. And if you're watching the channel, you know that traditionally speaking, I have never done stocks, or at least not since I got burned for 150 grand. But over the last 6 weeks or so, I have a friend who was helping me understand the language of technical trading. Let's welcome Dan Bird to the channel. How you doing, buddy?
Doing well. How you doing?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for doing this. It's bringing a whole new set of content to my channel, which I appreciate. And
Sure.
I am learning, so we will get to that in video number 3. But hey, what I want to do here is you want to have 3 book recommendations for people who are interested in this. They've loved your first 2 sets. So what do you got for set number 3?
All right. So this is a little different format or structure, I guess.
Okay.
But they're interesting books, so I thought I would recommend them.
Okay.
I'm going to share my screen here.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see this?
I can.
All right. So the first one is this is written by Jack Schwager, who's written a number of similar books like this. He wrote one called The Market Wizards, where he interviewed some of the well-known traders out there, and to try to understand, what makes them successful, what makes them tick, both from a technical perspective, fundamental perspective, as well as a psychological perspective. This particular book, he kind of took the same format, but he is talking about just regular people. Unknown market wizards.
Oh, nice.
People like you and me, and just people that are picked up trading and started figuring it out and ended up being extremely successful as a result. So it's a fascinating read. It's a number of short stories, basically. So you can kind of flip through the book and go anywhere you want. Right. Whatever person you think sounds interesting, you can read that chapter about them and then go back to a different one.
I love that.
But it's fascinating about how people got started and what they learned and how they became successful.
I'm gonna be picking up that one for sure. I love the everyman story. It's actually I did something similar in my second book called 15 Conversations with Real Estate Millionaires. 15 individual stories. So I'm gonna pick this one up.
Yeah, that's pretty much what this is. Same idea.
Very cool.
But related to a stock market trade.
Right, of course.
The second one is by Michael Lewis, who wrote The Big Short.
Yes.
If you saw that movie or read that book.
Yeah, I would recommend. Yeah.
This one is called Flash Boys. And he talks about high frequency trading. And he starts the book off by kind of a story about these guys that decided to run a high fiber wire between the Chicago Mercantile Exchange and Wall Street in New York. If you know anything about fiber optics and high-speed wires, they have to run in a straight line. Yeah. Or as close to a straight line as possible. So they had to run, they tried to run down railroad tracks as much as they could, but sometimes they'd have to go through hills and towns and all kinds of different ways to get there. Wow. But they basically wanted to shave off milliseconds off of the trading time. And it's a fascinating read because it really helps you understand how Wall Street works. Right. And the function of market makers, the people that really put the other side of the trade on. So if everybody's buying, if the market's going up in a raging bull market, the only way you can buy stocks is if someone else is selling them. Right. So the market makers have to maintain that equilibrium in the market. So not only is it fascinating about high-speed trading, but it also helps you understand how the market itself works. Very cool. Okay. So that's a good one. Michael Lewis is a great storyteller. Anyway. Yeah, I've read a couple. I didn't read this one. I've read 1 or 2 of his books. Yeah. Yeah. So that's a good one too. And then the last one doesn't really have anything to do with trading necessarily, but it's one of my favorite books. Really? Okay. And I love the title, Artificial Intelligence and the End of the Human Era.
You like that title? That sounds kind of ominous to me.
It's very ominous.
Oh my goodness.
Our final invention. It's a great book to understand artificial intelligence. Oh no. Okay. Where it's come from, where it's going. Now this was written 9 years ago, so it's advanced significantly since then. Okay. It is not fiction, by the way. Really? Okay. This is not fiction. This is the actual world of artificial intelligence.
Interesting. Is this go ahead.
He paints a picture of where it's headed. Okay. And after reading the book, I came away pretty much convinced that there's no way to stop it.
Oh no, great. Oh, Dan, come on,
There's
man.
no way. There's no way to stop it.
All
The
right.
end of the human era.
Well, that's not fun to think about.
But before we get there, we're gonna reap all the benefits of artificial intelligence. All the medical benefits, the financial benefits,
Yep.
the changing our culture, self-driving cars,
Right.
all of those kind of things. We're gonna get the benefit of all of that
Yeah.
before we end up on the other side where the robots basically decide that humans aren't relevant.
All right, we're not needed. Did James Barrett, who appears to be has he written other books? Do you know?
He actually has.
I think if you click on his name, oh, maybe it's down here.
Superintendent. No, that's not him.
I think if you go up and click on his name, it'll go. It should go there. I think. I don't know. I guess we'll take a shot, see where it goes.
Find all books.
There you go.
Here's his page.
Okay. All right. So no. I guess that's it. There we go. All right.
Yeah, it's a fascinating read.
Very cool. So again, we got 3 books for you this week. 2 of them I will get behind. I don't like thinking about a horrible future, so I'll let Dan recommend a 3rd one. The realist in the room. I just want to think sunshine and rainbows. It's all good.
Well, I think it's good to really understand what it's all about.
Oh, of course.
The basis of it is that in order to prevent the robots from taking over, and basically all they're going to do is follow instructions, right?
Of course.
They're going to try to do what they're programmed to do.
Yep.
If they're programmed to, send out the right flowers to someone that's ordering flowers and make sure that they know when their anniversary is, right? And there's artificial intelligence around that. That's all they're going to do.
Right, of course. Yep.
But if humans are standing in the way of them doing that, they will figure out a way to accomplish the goal they were programmed for. And if humans are in the way, they will just simply get rid of them. Now, in order to overcome that is to somehow program compassion into the code for artificial intelligence and teach the computers compassion, that they actually shouldn't kill that person because
they should remove them
because they didn't deliver the flowers on time.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
However, just the way our society operates, the way our world operates, there are nefarious characters around the world that will use artificial intelligence for their own means.
Yeah, shocking.
And they don't have any interest in programming compassion into it. So it only takes one.
It only
takes one of those.
Well, let's go back to book number 1 because that's the one I have to order. The Unknown Market what is it called? Yeah,
Unknown Market Wizards.
I'm going to be buying that book today.
The best traders you've never heard of.
I like it. Very cool, Dan. Thank you very much for doing this. In episode number 2, we will get to your newsletter and what's going on in the market, all of that good stuff. Thanks again.
You bet.